in the video you are about to watch, one, I'm going to show you multiple days, basically been eating the same thing. I'm also in this video is going to tell you that my mast cell gets crazy, and I'm going to tell you how I fixed it again. But keep watching, because I do have an echo and blood work from going to the heart doctor. It'll be the results of, did carnivore hurt me? Did eating all this animal fat hurt me over all these months? And that will show in the blood work and in my echo. And the thing that I find out at the heart doctor has nothing to do with what you eat. Like, you can't fix it with food or create it with food. So stay tuned, because at the very end you're going to figure out, or you're going to find out, what's going on with me. Alright, so I have been able to minimize my mast cell reactions. For a while they started to get crazy again, like really bad, where I was stuck on the toilet with a bucket, in bed with a heating pad, extremely nauseous, shaky, blood pressure dropping really low, heart rate getting up to almost 200. It was horrible. The rashes, it didn't matter what I tried eating or didn't eating. I told you I was having some reactions. I didn't know. I figured it was because cold hit, right? So because of the cold, all of a sudden my reactions are worse. We know taking the alcohol sprays, antibacterial, everything, and hand sanitizer out of my life improved it 1,000,000%. I started being able to eat all different kind of things, right? I've been able to add olives, olive oils, cream cheese, pork rind, been able to eat multiple different kind of cuts of beef again, was able to eat pork butts, so a bunch of different kind of bacon, not bacon, but pork again. Just haven't tried chicken. I'm really fearful to try chicken. So I was having no reactions to stuff. And then out of the blue, I was having reactions. And like I said, I thought it was the cold. I thought it was the stress. Because cold is a trigger for anyone with MCAS, among other conditions. So I've always had it. I just never had it constantly. So when I tell you about the whole toilet bucket, blood pressure, heart rate going sky high, I always had that once or twice a month. For years, my whole life, okay? When I was in Hawaii, I had it every friggin' day, though. My whole life, I thought it was just a normal thing people got. But no, it was MCAS. But I hadn't had that, but like, it was originally like 3 times since I removed all the alcohol stuff, out of my life. And then all of a sudden, and I got better every day after that. And then all of a sudden, all these issues. Thinking it's the cold, right? That makes sense. It's getting cold now. Like, it's dropping into the 30s. 3 weeks ago, well, almost a month ago. It was more like a month ago. I stopped taking something. Because I thought I had gotten enough. I thought, hey, I should be good with the food I eat. I don't need to take this anymore. Well, as experimented, a week ago, I started taking it again. And now I'm fine. I'm back to being able to use the air fryer. I'm back to be able to use picanha. I'm back to, because I was down to only grilled steak again and friggin' pork rinds and the cream cheese. Those were the things I could get away with. Okay, no keto chows, no nothing else. Not even butter. I was having reactions to butter. Like, I was having some serious issues. So, come to find out, and I asked Alexa after I took it, I'm going to tell you what it is, hold on. I asked her, I was like, could this have anything to make my MCAS worse? Meaning if I'm low in this, and boy, yes. So, for the first time in my life, I think it was February, March, I don't know. Sometime this year, they ran all my vitamin Bs. They always did 12 and 12 only. They never ran my folics. They never ran, I can't even say the word. Anyways, they never ran the B1s, 6, any of those, right? Niacin? Is it niacin? I don't know. So they have different names. So when you look at your blood work, you're like, oh, okay, folic acid, that's like a vitamin B's. But they never ran those things on me. Not in years of my life. Because I've gone back through all my stuff and I looked for the actual real words that it would show up. It wouldn't show up vitamin B6 or vitamin B12. No, vitamin B12 shows up, but the rest, they don't show up as those things. They show up as the actual word that they are. So I had none, right? I had 0 vitamin B1s that couldn't even register, and it was the lowest as possible, and 6 was the one that wouldn't register. So I started taking a liquid drop under the tongue because I can't have what is in the shot. So all my vitamins B's were completely trashed, which was not surprising because I couldn't eat anything that actually had vitamin B in it for years with my mast cell going crazy. And I got tons more energy and I started feeling better, but I thought I had taken them long enough and I stopped. And like I said, it was either a week or 10 days ago, somewhere around in there. I've lost all track of time. I started taking it again and I'm fine again. Fine again. I guess it was too low again. My toes aren't burning anymore. My fingers aren't burning anymore. I am not having horrible mast cell reactions. I am going outside in 50-degree weather with no reaction. I'm sleeping with my window open at night. Today I got a little reaction because not only is it in the 40s, but it's also horrible rain, and we always know when we have storms, it flares up my MCAS. It's just mainly just giving me the redness on my face, a little choky, a little bit of nausea, but just a tiny bit. So I think just the past couple of years, ever since Long Haul Seaward, my vitamin B's have been trashed. My vitamin D is trash. And I always took vitamin D, but I started having an allergic reaction to it. And that is probably because of the MCAS, because it has MCT oil in the little pills that I had to take, which I might be able to start taking again. You're not going outside. It's cold, it's wet, it's raining. And I'm trying to talk to people. Don't pout. Pralines sitting here crying and pouting. But anyways, so as of right now, I'm going, even though it does make me nauseous when I take it at night, but so does my blood pressure pills, and I take them at the same time, so I'm a little more than just normal nauseous. It's worse. I'm just going to take them and be a little nauseous at night, and it only lasts like an hour usually, because it is 1,000,000,000% difference in sleep. I get better sleep. I have more energy. Like I said, the pain, the burning, weird sensations I have, it disappears so much. And I am having less food intolerance again. So I could have done this to myself, but I stopped taking the vitamin. They told me it would correct itself. I could, just eat tons of eggs, and they gave me a list, and I was eating everything on the list that was things that I'm not actually allergic to. Like, I can't have salmon. I'm actually allergic to salmon. So can't eat canned food because of my mast cell. I haven't tried other than the olives. But that is where I am standing right now. I had picanha. I meant to film it. I forgot. That was one of my major tests because I had gotten very sick from picanha, pork belly. Like, the list went on and on, especially if I used my air fryer. I could not digest any of it. I was on the floor crying with a heating pad, like I said, on the toilet. And it wasn't from the fat, y'all. It is not from the fat. But I just ate a whole bunch of picanha, like over a pound. and my pork rinds and some cream cheese because I do all my meal at once, and it's like 4, I think. I eat it around 3. So you are distracting me sitting there looking like that. What? Is that your hairball down there? There's your steak. You didn't eat the steak I gave you. You're not going outside. Stop distracting me. Anyways, I'm keeping my fingers crossed as that's what it really is, and that I will be able to survive this winter and stay on a ketogenic lifestyle. I say ketogenic lifestyle because that way I'm covered from a low carb, because for me that's still ketogenic, all the way to if I just do carnivore or even an animal base. Like, I can get away with some fruits. I really don't know what to call it. It's definitely not American standard. It definitely does not have vegetables in it. I tried the potato. That did not work out well. I might try some sweet potato again and see what happens. I'm definitely doing some pumpkin soon. But I don't do lettuces and broccolis and cauliflowers, which I totally miss. Loaded cauliflower bake. Oh my gosh, I miss it so much. I crave it, but I can't have it because I get desperately ill. And I really miss my chicken broccoli stuff I used to bake in the oven with cream cheese and all kind of stuff, but can't have that either. So basically, I've given up on 90% of all vegetables. They never made me feel amazing anyways, but I don't know how to ever get back to where I can eat them without being sick. I don't seem to process them very well. And yes, my head is shaking a lot. Yes, I did hurt my little injury that I have that causes my head to shake. Been doing a lot of work. And no, you can't see the cat shack yet because I will show you in a video coming up how messy my porch was. How horrible. I've had to drag so much crap out that the cats broke or destroyed, into the yard. So it looks like Hoarderville right now because the trash can only take so much in one load. So it's going to be a week or so before I can get it all into a trash and taken away. It's a mess. I have tons of stuff to go through. We also have tons of boards that have been cut, and all the scraps are everywhere. So I'm going to clean it up a little, but I'm in the process. I thought I was going to get the porch done today, but it is pouring rain, which means I can't turn my porch light on, and there's no sun today. It is completely cloudy, and I can't turn it on because it's leaking, and I have to get that fixed too, and it'll get the electricity and blah, blah, blah. But I did manage to get like more than 75% clean. And the reason I'm saying 75% and not a higher number is because the section that's still left has the griddle, and that's going to be a nightmare to get the rust off and redo it. But let me tell you, y'all, I use 2 big giant bottles of vinegar, and I don't dilute it. It's diluted enough when you buy it. It's only like 5% acidity when you buy vinegar in a thing, so I never dilute it. And I scrubbed. We bought mops for me to scrub with and throw the end pieces away and put new ones on because those cats were crazy. Well, one of those cats were crazy and went potty in places they weren't supposed to, and then there was a lot throwing up. So I have worked my butt off. And in the process, the stuff they didn't break, the spring stuff, had to be put away, which meant Christmas stuff had to come out. So, yeah. So when you do get to see it, I will show you a clip of it being messy. I think a clip of when it was clean, with no decoration yet, but this end was not clean yet because it had everything piled up in it, which I still gotta do this end. And then I'll show you the whole porch all decorated in that video. So, and I have a week. This is going to be a nightmare week. Tomorrow I have to take my daughter to a thing. She does a little art class, so I have to take her to that and wait for her for an hour and a half. And then we come home Wednesday morning. I have all my blood work and a heart echo to do, like really early when I'm normally sound asleep. I have to be there and get all that done. Then Wednesday, I have to take her for an hour to her little hangout with her friends and then bring her back home. And then Thursday, we have an hour drive to Dino's pre-admission thing for his surgery. And then the next day, for some reason, we also have to go to the hospital administration, which is an hour and a half away one way. Be there by 11 a.m. For another administration thing. And then, because it is, you know, Halloween, my daughter wants to go to a kava bar club thing that they go to. All ages can go, but I guess kava is some kind of weird drink that you have to be of age to drink. I don't know. All I know is it's a Halloween party contest, and she wants me to take her and her friends, so I gotta go pick up the friend and drop them off at 7, and then I told them I would pick them up at 11. We can't do 1 a.m. because I'm probably gonna be passing out at 11 driving home, and by the time I get home it'll be after midnight. So yeah, and then I have the weekend off, and then Dino's surgery is on the 5th. We just don't know what time yet. And then JJ's surgery to get his little cut off because he started spraying, and I've had to go through that hell because he's only spraying my room, so he's been locked out after he sprayed it twice and almost killed me because I am actually allergic to cat spray. So it's costing way more money than I can afford, but nowhere else has any openings anytime soon. So I don't have a choice in the matter. Got to get those cut off. Maybe he'll calm down and stop fighting with the other cats, and definitely he won't be spraying no more. And then my family's coming for Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be a hell of a month of November. But if the internet stays the way it is right now, like miracle internet, knock on wood, then I will be able to upload way more, okay? I want to upload every day in December. I don't think I'll be able to do it in November, but during the winter it's easier to upload. One, for some reason the internet seems to be better, and two, it's so cold and there's nothing to do and it gets dark early that I have more time to edit videos. We're not out doing a garden, we're not out building a cat shack, we're not out taking long walks, we're not, like, it's icky. We don't go outside. So I will have more time because there won't be nothing to do other than clean the inside house. And no, little girl has not gone out to the cat shack yet because she is crying so bad when we start to even get near the door. She loses her mind. Oh, my dad's calling. It's 1 p.m. I'm trying again. I added 3 eggs and picanha. We're going to see if I can eat it or if I really am sick of meat, or if I was just really full yesterday. Okay, it is the 28th, which means all these videos are together. I need to start doing welcome videos, explaining what the channel is again, and all of that jazz. It's been more like a diary for the last 2 years, because my life has been insane. I cannot seem to manage it and get it under control. Between health problems with every single person, including myself, it's cutting my head off, including myself, and I cannot find a tripod that works, that holds my phone. It's all too heavy, and it has to be magnet. Where the little buttons are, all those other ones does not hold it right either, unless it's a magnet one. I think it's going to slide again. We'll see in a second. So that has been the last couple years, right? Craziness, always constantly building, always constantly sick, taking people to appointments, and it slid again. It's going to drive me crazy. Hold on. All the little twisty things to keep it tight, they're all broken. Every single one of them are completely and totally broken. This lighting definitely shows that I put my makeup on too dark and in the wrong spot. Okay, so they're all broken. So it's just going to keep sliding. Every tripod I have bought except one, which is outside my porch, and I have forgotten it, so it can't come back in the house. It's been out there all summer. Is a piece of crap. I cannot find a good one anymore. But, like I said, everything has not been the way it used to be. I used to could focus like 100% on my channel, 100% on being healthy, 100% on me and just my daughter, right? My parents were in bad shape at that time. My daughter was like 16, 15 years old. But so much has happened in the last 5, almost 6 years. An army of cats inside, friggin' cats outside. Not the life I ever said I would have in a billion years. I was anti-pet inside a house and couldn't believe anyone would do that. Then a man comes in and brings this cute little kitten in. Next thing you know, the sister and brother of that kitten used to move in. Next thing you know, they have kittens and no one wants them because there's an epidemic of kittens. And then I meet Praline, fall in love with Praline, and Praline just has to live here. And oh my gosh, yeah, he is the best baby in the world. I love that cat. I love all my cats, but I really love that. I love that cat. And then JJ is Dino's, and Dino brought him in, and then now we have 10, and we still have a little girl who we need to move out, but it's been raining for days and days, and it's nasty, and you can't just throw a cat. Yes, it's not cruel. It might be in some people's opinion, but most people would have kicked that cat out into the woods years ago because she marks her territory any and everywhere, especially if it belongs to me. So I'm done with it. I can't live that way anymore. I won't do it. I won't do it. I would have taken her out last week, but he won't let me until she has been spinning wheats out on the back porch for hours, getting used to sounds and smells and friggin'. So she goes out there for an hour a day, but she can't go out right now because it's been raining and he doesn't want her out. But she's not going to continue to live here forever. Just going out there. I try to find organizations that take cats like her, and they were all filled. They said call back in a year or 2. So she's just going to move out with the other cats. And it is not waterproof. There are spots that are waterproof. And I was very upset, freaking out, because it is freezing and they're getting soaked. But they found the areas that were waterproof. But now it's shown me the work I have to do out there. The water is bubbling up through the ground. It's just so much I just got to fix from rain. So I will be having to do that. Tomorrow is my echo on my heart. I get it done every single year because before keto, the beginning of 2017, I was in the early stage of congestive heart failure. I had severe heart palpitations. My blood pressure was always 200 over 110 or higher. I was on multiple pills for my blood pressure and pills for my heart palpitations. This light is going to kill me. I might have to turn it off. It is giving me a headache. You're just going to see me dark. I'm sorry. It's dark in here, but this light, maybe this one? No. Okay, so where was I? Okay. My heart was bad. The heart walls were completely hardening. It was really, really, really bad. But keto saved me. Keto saved me completely, you know. I used to be 424, did low carb, got to like 315, I want to say, 305, somewhere around there. I really don't remember anymore. It's been so long. But I got back to 368, and then I found keto. And then I got to 157, and then I got long-haul cover, which made my friggin' MCAS go crazy, and I got back to 255. Okay, I think it was January, that was 255. And now I am floating between 178 and 173. Just floating back and forth. So I ate my food this morning with no problem, except I had to run to the bathroom afterwards. I think I've officially had too much fat in the last month, because now my body has to run to the bathroom immediately, and that's usually a sign for me that I've been eating too much fat for my body. Not for carnivore, because I know that's very normal, but my body doesn't exactly adapt very well for months on end on carnivore, and that's kind of what I've been doing. So we're going to try to pull away from it just a tiny bit, more towards ketovore, or keto, actually. We'll see. My plan is to get rid of the food in my freezer. I have a lot of boneless, skinless turkey breasts, fresh, that I bought back in April before I could start eating beef and stuff again. So I need to go through all of that. I want it all out of my freezer. I want to start fresh for the beginning of the year. So once the picanha and everything I have right now, I will start eating more of that. And I am going to try a little broccoli. I'm going to try that little broccoli casserole I was talking about, but using turkey. I don't know why I never thought about using the turkey, because I'm not allergic to turkey. So I'm going to try it that way. And we'll see. I don't know if my body can handle broccoli, but we'll see. I kind of miss it. But I also forgot that I had the Keto Chow potato soup one. So I plan on doing some stuff with that. I plan on doing a lot of things. The problem is I really ain't got time to cook. By the time I have time to cook, I am so hungry. I just throw it 20 minutes in the air fryer so that I can eat. Or this past week, I've done a lot of pork rinds and cream cheese. Okay, I've done a lot of that because I'm just so exhausted and too lazy to go in there, clean the kitchen, to cook, then eat, then go clean the kitchen because I used it. And yes, I clean the kitchen every time before cooking because I have cats. There are 3 cats that want to get on the main counter, and I'm always getting them off. They don't sit up there. They just get up there for a second trying to find food, which is a no-no, so they get right back down. Thank God they don't all do that. But I feel that the stove and the counters over there need to be completely dawned and vinegared every time before I start cooking, and then afterwards I do it to make sure I haven't spilt too much salt or anything that would make them sick. So I get tired of cleaning, and then I clean up after Dino because he uses all kind of stuff, and it gets everywhere. So I'm doing it multiple times a day, and it's best that I just do it because I'm a little anal. Okay, so when people say, well, he can do his own dishes. No, I'm pretty anal about dishes. It is less stress for me and my ADHD if I just do it. I know what dishes can be washed in the dishwasher. I don't have to read the back of them. I know where they sit best to make sure they all get clean because my dishwasher is a little funky. All right. It's just easier for my brain if I just do it. And if he cleans the kitchen, he moves stuff in different places. Not good with someone with ADHD, because I go to grab, and that's how I ended up with white pepper in my food and got sick, is I go to grab my spices where exactly they should be. But they're not. They've been mixed up. So, no, we can't. And laundry? No, because some of my settings on the washing machine's broken. I know what works best together. I know what will dry together, and I don't have to run it through 3 and 4 times to dry it because my stuff is older. They're 10 years old. So no, I'm good. See, I don't complain. I don't want anyone else to do dishes or clean the kitchen or do the laundry. It actually upsets me. All I want is trash taken out. And he scrubs the floor when he can. He's hurt, so he can't right now. And just help with litter. That is it. That is all I ask. Like, that's it. So when I say I'm going to do these cleaning things, he's not making me. He's not it's me. It's my ADHD and how I like it done. Not OCD. Don't have OCD. With stats reports, I don't have it. I'm like the only person in the family without it. I swear. I just have ADHD. Meaning, when he goes and puts his coffee pods on the counter, when we're making coffee in the morning, no, can't do it. I grab his too many times because he goes and moves mine out of my spot and puts his there. And then guess what? I don't look. My brain. I'm on autopilot. When I was taking my mom to pick up the truck, my brain knew I was going to Aldi's that day and forgot to go to the place to pick the truck up. So we ended up going to Aldi's first. And then my brain said, let's go home. So I passed the place again. So I'm on autopilot sometimes. And most times. So yeah. But I have a lot going on all the time. I have a little praline in the chair next to me. I moved the chair away from the desk. I was trying to show y'all. I'm not going to be able to show y'all. I can't get back far enough. I was going to show you my little outfit. It's just my cute little asymmetrical jeans from Halora, which are my favorite jeans right now. Definitely can't really see them. And then I just tank top and a little lace sweater. It's bigger than I should be wearing. They're made to be really tight, but I actually like it loose like this. I don't really like my back area, and it has a hoodie, so I don't like it tight. This is perfect. This is perfect. I do want to drop those numbers still though, and it's a little irritating. I'm so stuck. So stuck. And like I said, I've tried the lowering my calories. Doesn't work. I actually start going drastically up. But I'm hoping if I go to lean meats and go more keto, maybe lowering the calories will work. So I noticed on keto, I can't eat more than 1,200 calories a day or I get physically sick, which could be my mast cell, because it could be the ingredients. I can't eat that much of them. I don't know, but we're going to take it day by day and see what happens, and just say I'm on a low carb diet. Whether it is keto, whether it's carnivore, ketovore, animal based, low carb to me is at least 75 total carbs or less. And that might not be the definition. I think the definition is like 100 or something. Maybe in 100. Like, it all depends. The diabetes place was 200. My cats are fighting. Stop it. I have to get out of here. I gotta go mail something for Dino. And then I will be home. Pray to relax for the day. Let me turn this light off before I forget. No, it's gonna be really dark in here. This is why I have to turn the light on. It is like completely dark in here. But that's all I plan on eating today. So unless I think of something else, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Alright, so cooked comes to 10 ounces of picanha, 3 eggs, a lot of butter. I put 2 tablespoons in there to cook it. So time to eat. And it is 11:30. Alright, so it's Wednesday. Okay, so I had to go get my echo and blood work done today. So I haven't had much sleep. I tried to go to sleep early. Didn't work. Plus I had to pee all night. One is because I had to stop eating and drinking so early that I think it put me even in a higher ketosis. I did not weigh myself. I'm not going near the scale right now because it's just pissing me off. The up and down, the same numbers. Yeah, I'm just so over it right now. So last night, though, the last meal I had of the night, I think was 6, 7. I can't remember what time it was, but it was early. And it was a keto chow. So I did the keto chow raspberry with the 1.5 ounces of strawberries in it with ice, and 7 ounces of the water that I can drink with no issues. My house was 62. The outside that I kept going in and out of in the rain was in the 50s. Had the back door open the whole night, like with no screen door, until we went to bed so the cats could go in and out even though it was so cold. And I drank an iced keto chow. If you watched me, you know that the cold is a huge trigger for my MCAS. That eating or drinking anything cold causes severe stomach pain and issues when I am having MCAS flare-ups. Okay? When I'm having MCAS flare-ups, I can't have anything cold whatsoever. I couldn't even drink temperature water of the house because the house was cold and that was too cold. But I had no problems. I waited until I had the drops. I think it's been 2 weeks now, my vitamin B's, so I knew it was more than enough in my system, and it seems I was right. That as long as I keep taking all my vitamin B's, all to the max level in this one liquid dose, that I am fine. That my mast cell is just, you would think it's just normal allergies I'm having to the environment. You would think it's just normal migraines because of the low pressure, which is really actually caused by the mast cell, but it's very minimum. It doesn't come with other issues with it like it was. It's like I'm back to the way my life was 99% of the time before getting long haul C-word. It seems getting long haul C-word might have affected my ability to intake vitamin B's, because I never had a vitamin B problem like this in my life. Hopefully I can start taking D's again, because my D is very, very low. But I haven't tried yet because it has MCT-oil, and that was a trigger for my mast cell. Like, my mast cell wouldn't allow me anything coconut at all. But and same with olives, and I'm allowed olives again and olive oil again, so I might be able to, but with Dino's surgery coming up, we're gonna have to wait to see. So that is a win right now. That is a win, because usually during the winter is the worst for me, and I usually have to stop eating meat, and I almost had to again. That is the time of the year where I am only able to eat Hawaiian rolls, 2 different types of deli meat from Boar's Head, and then plain baked potatoes. And not any kind of baked potato. It has to be russet. It has to be a certain brand, and that is it. That is it. But when I started having issues again, I was like, I stopped taking vitamin B, so let's just try taking it again and see what happens. And I knew I was low because my toes and fingers started tingling again. My eyesight started to get blurry again. I started to have other issues, and those were all symptoms that I had for over 2 years that the doctors kept telling me they didn't know what it was, and they only ran my vitamin B12. They never ran the other ones until, I think it was January, February, March. Somewhere in the time frames, they finally ran it and realized that I was completely low. And some weren't reading at all. But I seem to be doing better right now. Sorry, cats were distracting me. And Kitty, they were fighting earlier, so some cat hair was flying, so it's kind of made me a little itchy. I'm not allergic to cats, thin cat hair makes anyone itchy if it sticks to their skin. But yeah, I'll let you know what my test results from the heart doctor is, because I haven't had my cholesterol or anything taken since starting the carnivore version. I had it done at the beginning of the whole back to keto, so I'll just compare it and see what everything equals. And I had a heart echo, and when that comes back, I will let y'all know about that too. Great. I'm re-recording the test results from the heart doctor, and then after this you will see what's going on with me because I had a heart doctor's appointment today. But I recorded these the night they came in, after literally the day I got my echo and everything, all the results came back in. So I'm expecting to go in and find everything perfectly fine. But let's go over some of the test results. First of all, the echo came back perfect. Nothing wrong with the echo. My heart pumps hard like it's supposed to. It puts out the blood like it's supposed to. They did not see any formalities, like anything wrong with it. No hardening of my heart walls anymore. Nothing, right? It's all gone. So I'm just going to go over some of the tests that people worry about. My cholesterol HDL ratio is a 3. My LDL cholesterol is 102. That's down almost 100 points from a year ago. My HDL is a 53, so that is up drastically because it was like a 10 last year. Triglycerides were 100 and something last year, or almost at 100. This year is 53 for triglycerides, and I'm eating tons of animal fat. Did y'all hear that? My, let's see, cholesterol, the normal cholesterol is 168. That is down 60 points from last year. Non-LDL cholesterol is 113. That is also down from last year as well. Let's see. That's not what I need. All my electrolytes are fine. My carbon's fine. My GFR is perfectly in normal range. Carbon dioxide's fine. Everything came back fine other than like my bun was a little high, which is only a 24. Not that high, and I've had higher. I've had lower. It bounces back and forth. It just, because I eat a lot of protein, it's going to be in your blood. If you look up, if you do a high protein diet, you're going to have more of the little markers that protein causes in it. Completely normal. For my kind of diet, I'm not concerned whatsoever. Glucose was a 91, which that should have been a dawn phenomenon for me because it was early. I hadn't been awake very long. It was so much earlier than I'm used to. But it was a 91. Usually it's usually always 105 or higher. So that was the lowest I've ever gone into a doctor and had a fasting glucose. That is in the morning. If it's in the afternoon or evenings, it's low. But when I do it this in the morning, it's always like that for me. But all my numbers were perfect. My echo was perfect. So I was expecting everything to be perfect. So stay tuned. You'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm just sitting waiting for the heart dodger. Yeah, I did make my goal with all my clothes on and everything. I was 176 on their scale, and I'm loaded with clothes. A sweater, a shirt, pants, heavy shoes. I don't know what it was because I've kind of stayed off the scale. Because of the ups and downs, it's been driving me nuts. Even though my size goes down, I decided to stay off the scale for my insanity, not to get on it. So we will see if he will let me lower my blood pressure. Even though I've had a horrible morning, I got no sleep. The printer wasn't working. I had a fight with the printer this morning because I have a return that had to go back. Then the tape wasn't taping the box shut. It was very loud. I was trying to be quiet. Then I realized I didn't get close out of the room where Dina was at. So I had to go in there and everything just kept going wrong. And because I had to bend over to tape the box, it gave me an instant migraine. That happens when I bend over, but I did not take ibuprofen. I just waited for it to go away. So yeah, it's been a not great morning, but my blood pressure was perfectly fine, and I was not expecting that because of how crazy the morning has been. I'm also really nervous because Dino gets surgery in basically a day, like not tomorrow, but the next day, Wednesday. So he's not nervous, at least he's saying he's not, but I am. He keeps making stupid statements like, if I ever wake up again and blah blah blah, and that is driving me crazy. I can't get him to stop doing it. It's literally doing my head in. He thinks it's funny. I don't find it funny at all. But yes, I still have to go over to the return place, UPS, after I leave here. I was going to go pick up pecanias, but I'm not too sure. I might just eat what's in the freezer because my butt spent a little more money than I was expecting on Christmas decorations, and I didn't realize how much I spent. Plus I'm getting, like, it wasn't a crazy amount, but I'm also getting JJ fixed in a week, and that is a crazy amount. I wanted to take him to the cheap place, but they had no openings anytime soon. Plus, Dino didn't want it, the cheap place. He wanted him to get exams first. So, have to deal with that. And then I have to, there's so much going on. But my porch is like 99% done for Christmas, which I will be showing y'all very, very soon. Oh. I'm thinking I'm looking all cute today, but they gave me this ugly accessory. Crap. They gave me this ugly accessory that everyone can see. I have to wear it for 2 weeks, and I have to come back tomorrow to do a stress test because I have, I guess I showed up in 2023 after getting long haul C-word. And then last year I was fine, and this year it is back. It is a right, it's like RBBBBB or something. It's a branch or something. not firing correctly, which could be no big deal. Or it could be something that is a big deal, so they're monitoring me for 2 weeks, doing the stress test, and they're letting me cut my blood pressure pills in half to 50 right now. But yeah, I was not expecting anything like that. They didn't tell me I had it before either. Like, they just ignored it the first time around. But because I almost faint every time I bend over, and I faint a few times a month after bending over, the whole horrible ears ringing, seeing stars, I can't even hear people when I bend over, and almost throwing up, severe headache. They just want to make sure everything is fine. But it's really little. The last time I had one of these, it was that big giant purse thingy you had to wear. Alright, let me go do my errands with this ugly, not pretty thing on. Alright, I am starving because yesterday I ran out of food. I don't know if I told y'all yet. I thought I had hamburger meat at home that I could eat, and it was out of date. So I ended up eating pork rinds and cream cheese. I think I did tell y'all, because I was telling y'all how stupid I was, and I ate over 6 ounces of cream cheese. Not a whole lot of pork rinds though, but a lot of cream cheese. So I'm making picanha because I did go ahead and stop and pick some up. They had 2, I went ahead and got it, and I got a bunch of, like, 3 different servings of my size servings of the pork tenderloins. I'll show you. So I did go pick that up. Then right back there, this is the meat that is bad. I need to throw it away, but I didn't want my trash stinking last night. So yeah. Yep, I'm starving. This is irritating. I hate it there. I want to rip it off. It's driving me crazy. I'm hoping I can ignore it. But it is what it is, and we're going to find out if this is something benign or not benign, which really sucks. I was really expecting to go in there and be like, okay, all clear, we're good to go. And Googling it didn't help. She told me to Google it. Didn't help. I can't find the information that I'm wanting. One is like, what causes it? None of those conditions I have, except maybe high blood pressure, which is under control and has been for a very long time though. Hopefully it's just a fluke that I just get every once in a while, because I haven't had a heart attack. I have no abnormalities. They did the echo. My heart is beating like it's supposed to. It's pumping very strongly. Like, all of those things are great. So hopefully it'll just turn out that I just get it occasionally. So guess we'll see. I'm dreading running a treadmill tomorrow though. Really am.